Hi there. Let's take a look at the main kind of operational objectives that businesses may set. Don't forget, in business there are lots of different types of operation, from sophisticated complex manufacturing businesses all the way through to service sector businesses like restaurants. What I've done is I've just highlighted 6 key types of operational objectives. Now, businesses won't necessarily set objectives for all aspects of their operations under these headings, but I think it's worth jotting a few of these down in your notes as being typical operational objectives. We start with top left there, costs. I would say for most businesses they're going to set an operational objective that is in relation to the costs of the operation. Perhaps the underlying unit costs, that's the total cost divided by the total output to give a feel for efficiency. You might also take a look and set objectives on the level of fixed costs in the operation. That's particularly helpful for determining the break-even output. And as we know from looking at other aspects of a business, there are lots of measures of productivity and efficiency that will be relevant to cost objectives. An equally important area is the next one in the middle there, quality. Quality matters to every business, whether you're a manufacturer or a service business. So you might be, for example, if you're a manufacturer, you might be setting objectives in terms of trying to minimise the level of defective output or scrap, trying to keep that percentage as low as possible. You may try to set high quality standards in terms of the percentage satisfaction of customers, or try to minimise the incidence of customer returns. All of those are operations objectives in relation to the quality of what you produce. Similarly, you might also try to consider objectives that help determine whether you are sufficiently flexible and quick in your operations. So, for example, order lead times. How long does it take you as a business to fulfill an order from the point at which the customer asks for the goods or services and the point at which they receive them? Capacity utilisation is a measure of flexibility. To what extent, what percentage of your potential output is being used at a particular moment in time or over a particular period. Move on to the bottom rows now. Dependability, I think, is all about, can your operations be relied upon? So you might look, if you were a manufacturer, at trying to minimise the amount of what's known as downtime, where your machinery is not working either at all or working at full capacity. You might want to look at objectives that try to minimise the amount of maintenance and repair costs. And of course, it also links in to quality objectives as well, trying to maximise your reputation. So that's an objective, to maximise your reputation for quality. And the last two, and they're becoming increasingly important, to set objectives in relation to the impact of operations on the environment. So definitely a major area of focus for particularly large businesses now. Are they meeting requirements in terms of efficient and safe and effective waste management, percentage recycling, percentage of inputs that are from sustainable sources? Are they meeting output emissions targets and limits on carbon emissions? Lots of environmental regulations that then feed into operational objectives. And lastly, I think added value is also a good area of operations where you can set objectives. Added value is all about building on the cost of the inputs into the production process. So gross profit margin, whilst it isn't specifically added value, is not a bad measure. It's a fairly decent measure of the extent to which you're adding value into the production process. And of course, don't forget unit cost, minimising those unit costs. There we go. It might be worth just pausing the video and jotting a few more of those down into your notes in the section on operational objectives.